We are recording. Let's rock and roll.
David, Dwayne, thanks for making it on the call today. It's good to have you guys.
Thanks for having us, Michael.
For sure. David, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, definitely. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, Dwayne, you're good also?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, David, I've met Dwayne maybe once before. I think he came into one of our models. Tell me how you got connected with Dwayne here.
Yeah, so actually I listed my property or getting ready to list my property for sale, and Dwayne is the guy that's going to be representing me. Bunch of referrals. Basically, he's a cool dude, and kind of got paired up with him and never looked back.
Heck yeah. Well, that's
so
great.
He's had some, I've listed some of his friends' properties before, and they were nice enough to refer me over. So
that's great. Yeah, I know, Dwayne, you definitely have a good reputation around among many of my colleagues. This is my first time getting to work with you, so I'm excited, but his reputation precedes him, as we can see here.
Good to hear that you know that too. So that gives me even more confidence.
Yeah, that's good. So, David, when we spoke before, you mentioned that you were moving from out of state. Where are you moving from?
Well, actually, no, you might have misheard me. So I'm in state. I have a property here that I'm selling and basically trying to make a new move here in Colorado.
Oh, okay, cool. Where's your current property that you're selling then?
It's here in the Springs. I bought it a few years ago. Have a really good opportunity for equity, peak of the market basically. So we want to capitalize on that and have some money to put away for the kids' college fund.
Nice. That's exciting.
He lives down south in Fountain, and he's just wanting to get a little further north.
Great. Okay. So I know you mentioned kids. Is there a wife involved as well? Who's all moving with you?
Yeah, it's my wife. We have one on the way. He's not here yet. He should be here, honestly, in the next 30 days. So I know that this process with new builds and stuff, it can take some time. So that's why, we're trying to get some more information, figure out how that could work before Dwayne lists my home on the market.
Great. Okay. That sounds good. So you and wife and one on the way, 30 days. That's exciting. And this is your first?
Yeah, I'm nervous as hell, man.
Hey, you're going to be great, I'm sure. That's a really exciting time.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about what it is that you're going to be looking for. I'm assuming this is going to be your personal residence, right? You're selling the one you have now. You're going to be moving into this one. So tell me what are we looking to accomplish in this next move here?
So the biggest thing for us, we're very price conscious. We want to make sure we're within our budget, not living outside of our means. So right now we're selling a 2-bed, have one on the way. So we're going to need a little bit bigger space. Really, the biggest thing is a 2-car. We need a 2-car garage. But again, trying to be price conscious with this move. So 2-car, 3 bedrooms, maybe a space where we have an office of some sort. I do work from home sometimes. So
yeah, great. Okay. So to me, it sounds like maybe we're just looking for a little bit more space with the growing family, kind of accommodate that. Are you working in the Springs already then, or do you work from home?
Yeah. So I work in the Springs. I have the ability to work from home. I'm in medical device sales.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
nice.
Not a bad. It's probably not as good as real estate, but it's a pretty good market.
I don't know, man. I've got a buddy doing that out in Texas and one doing that here as well, and they both seem to really like it. A lot of face-to-face interaction, if it's the same there, right?
Yeah. I go into different hospitals, kind of pitching the products and gaining clientele that way. So the cool thing with Zoom is we're able to do a lot of that from home now, and it's a lot easier for the person I'm trying to sell it to accept that product when they get to, have that interaction in their own space and their own comfort, maybe drinking a cold one or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's good.
No, that's great. Colorado Springs is a really good market for the medical stuff. So sounds like you're in a good place to be. So David, maybe what we can do here, how much time do I have with you today?
I'm pretty flexible. Dwayne, do you have anything on your radar?
I got to be somewhere at 3, so we got plenty of time.
Okay. Good. I just want to make sure we're respecting your time there. I thought of maybe some things that would be really useful, and you can tell me if you think differently. I was going to show you a little bit about the area that we're selling in, and kind of the overall community and how Challenger does things. And then I wanted to go through maybe some very specific details on your side and how we can, maybe what the best thing that you would envision would be, and if that matches with what Challenger has to offer. And if we find that match there, then we can kind of dive into that, because the intent is really to find the best space for you and your family. Does it sound like that might be worth our time?
Yeah, definitely. As far as the different spaces, as far as price point, again, I kind of mentioned being price conscious. Are we going to be able to accomplish kind of that 3-bed, 2-car garage under 365?
Oh yeah, 365. So we have several different floor plans in this community that we have, and we're seeing those finish anywhere between about 310 and about 362, 63-ish. So yeah, that seems absolutely possible.
That's with options and upgrades. And I had heard, like lot premiums. I don't really know what that means. So what exactly is that?
That's a great question, and we'll get into all those details. A lot premium is just like an extra, well, I don't want to say extra. It's a price attached to a specific lot because of certain benefits, which you'll see when I show you the community.
Okay.
And Challenger's pretty good about making sure that we have all the included basics there. And then if you want something extra, you can include that. And like I said, we'll go through all those details, but it sounds like 360, 365, we can stay within that price range, and a couple of the basic things we talked about already.
And let me just interject a little bit here, not to backtrack over David, but I know his wife as well, and his wife is wanting to stay closer to that 330 range. So they're pre-qualified up to 365, but preferably with the new one on the way. I know that we talked when we first met about being closer to that 325, 330 range. Is that right, DJ?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Sorry, I get a little ahead of myself sometimes. I get excited, start hearing, it's like seeing a squirrel. Oh,
Yeah. Hey, getting a new home is an exciting process. It's easy to kind of get excited there. No worries there. Who are you pre-called through, if you don't mind me asking? What lender have you been working with?
So right now we're with Mortgage Solutions. So my wife's actually a loan officer with Mortgage Solutions. So
Nice.
her brother's going to do our loan.
Okay, great. Sorry if you see me writing things down, I'm just taking notes just so I can make sure that I remember the things that we say here. So if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen with you here. Let me know if you can see this. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go right here. All right. You're going to see a map pop up here. Sometimes it can take a second. Can you see that map okay?
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay, perfect. So it sounds like, are you pretty familiar with Colorado Springs in general?
Yeah. I've doing what I do, I'm mobile. I visit a lot of different spaces. So I've spent time, at the downtown hospital there, Peak Vista Center, and some other hospitals. So I'm pretty familiar.
Okay.
But I'm not sure where this is at specifically. So once I kind of see exactly where we're at, I might have a little bit better understanding as well.
Okay. I just want to make sure. So basically you're aware of I-25 powers the major cross streets, but with your line of work, that's probably something you travel pretty frequently.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. So the community that we're building right now is located right here. And for reference, this is going to be South Academy, Fountain. And if I zoom out just a little bit here, again, this is our community right here, and this is going to be Powers. So we're right here at Fountain and Academy and close to Powers and I-25. Are you familiar with this area?
Yes, unfortunately. I could see there, and knowing this area, it's right off Murray, it sounds like, right?
Yeah, so part of Murray runs pretty close here, part of South Murray here.
Okay, will you have access into this community off Murray?
As of right now, no. And most of our development is right here. There's potential for that a couple years down the road. But as of right now, the sole access comes from Fountain and Academy.
Okay.
Okay. So just touching on that, as far as things around, there's going to be a Safeway right here on the corner, police station across the street. There's, a couple different restaurants and things as we go up Academy there, as I'm sure you're familiar with. And then, of course, Powers is going to be all your movie theaters, all your entertainment, if you will. What kind of stuff do you guys like to do for fun?
Well, I see the golf course right across the street, so that's a plus.
Yeah, that's right. You a big golfer?
Yeah, I'm all right. But my wife, on the other hand, she's a freaking natural. She started learning just over 2 years, right around 2 years ago. And I told her within 2 years, she's going to be beating me on the links. And sure as shit, there she is. She's keeping par.
No
So
way.
we are avid golfers.
How fun is that?
Yeah.
So how nice would it be to be able to, I mean, shoot, you could almost walk over there and maybe on a Sunday afternoon with the wife, maybe even bring the young one along when he comes, stash him in the golf cart there. Yeah, how nice would that be?
That'd be great.
Okay. Yeah. So area wise, does it seem like this is an area that might work for you? I know it's pretty close to a couple of the hospitals in town. I know you said you're there frequently.
Yeah. I mean, location wise and kind of the accessibility. Yeah. I am nervous, bringing a little one into the world and having, I mean, there's houses with bars on the windows on Murray. Like that's kind of, I don't know that that's necessarily the right area for us.
So
Seems,
you're worried about the homes with bars on the windows?
yeah, for sure. Typically bars on the windows is like a bad area. I mean, historically.
Okay. So if I'm understanding you correctly, you have heard a reputation of this area. It sounds like maybe specifically Murray of being maybe a bad area of sorts.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
Okay, tell me a little bit more about that. What would you consider what is the worry there? Is there anything specific about an area that you look for?
Yeah, safety, not bars on the windows, but really just, crime. It's Murray's known for having a high crime. It's kind of a high crime corridor, if you will.
Sure.
So that's a little bit worrisome for sure.
Okay. And I completely understand that thought track. I mean, I have a 2-year-old myself, and when we were looking for a home, we were taking the exact same considerations. And I think that's really wise as a soon-to-be father to be considering those things. One thing that I will tell you is historically this area had a little bit of a reputation around that. But since some of the builders like Challenger Homes and the city have invested money in this area, we've actually seen a huge uptick in the quality of construction and the type of people, if you will, that are moving in. And the police station being right across the street from this neighborhood. We've sold, so many of these already, and some of those customers had similar concerns, but what they found is that it actually is becoming a really nice area. As to actual crime rates, you can communicate with the police department there, and they can give you some accurate information there. But in my experience, it's actually becoming quite a nice and up and coming area.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe
the streets kind of reassuring too. I didn't really, I heard you say it, but it didn't really click. So that's definitely brings a little bit of comfort.
Yeah, and as
break in across from the cop shop.
right, exactly. And we're definitely seeing those crime rates fall. I think the reason, just to give you a little bit of background, that happened originally. I grew up here and heard the same things as I was younger and growing up. And there was actually, the military was participating in a program, almost a rehab program, if you will, where they were bringing people that maybe had criminal backgrounds or records into the military to give them structure and to teach them. And a lot of that was occurring in this area. And then those people would fall out of the military, and it kind of created this weird bubble in Colorado Springs that maybe I think you're referring to. And they've since stopped that program. In that program, since that has stopped, we've seen this revitalization of more of the Colorado Springs lifestyle that people expect.
So it's the military's fault?
I don't think it's a military fault. I absolutely love the military. I think that, with good intentions, people, we try to help people and those that are struggling to get back on their feet. And sometimes that programs change and, they redirect for the better of the community and helping those people as well. So that may or may not provide you some comfort in the area, but I think what you'll find is that this is a great, great area and community. Do you have any questions surrounding this, or does everything make sense for you here?
Yeah, it's all making sense so far.
Okay. So how familiar are you with Challenger Homes? I know you've been in Colorado Springs for a while.
Yeah, I see their signs up all over the place. I mean, I've seen, a couple, actually, I have one buddy that I think he lives in a Challenger home. I've been to his house a couple times, seemed like it was a nice house. I have seen kind of some bad reviews about Challenger, but I know those come, I work in a sales capacity, so not everybody has the greatest things to say, but typically you only see the bad things. Most of the people that had a good experience aren't necessarily always broadcasting their experience, but
Sure.
people who had a bad experience, you better believe it. So kind of take that with a grain of salt, if you will, but just something I've recognized.
Yeah, no, and that's absolutely the case. There's always, you get 99 great ones and the one that's not screams and yells about it, right?
Right, for sure.
And Challenger Homes has been in Colorado Springs for 20 years, 20 plus years now. And including the 2008, 2009 downturn when, real estate wasn't like it is now. And, they made it through that and have had some stellar customer service throughout that, which says something. I like to think it says something about the builder that we use. But the greatest thing about Challengers, I think throughout that 20 years, in hearing feedback from our customers and, benefiting from maybe some of those negative reviews and changing, we've been able to develop and create a product that delivers an incredible amount of value while still being able to stay in a price point or that doesn't sacrifice quality. So I think what you'll find as we review these things and see these different products that we have, that you're going to see the same quality in this level of home and in these with this price range as you would see in maybe a $500,000 home that Challenger's building. So yeah, I think that you'll find that you like those things there. But let me show you a couple of things about this community that we're developing. So if I go here, give me just 1 second, bear with me. I want to make sure we can see this okay. Boom. Okay. Can you see my screen again okay?
Yeah, I sure can.
Okay. So here we have the piece of land or the community that we're developing, and this is going to be our plot plan that we have planned so far for this community. Now, when we called before, you were saying that you wanted a single family product, right?
Yeah.
So just to orient you a little bit, this row of homes, everything you see in red here is already contracted on and sold and being built. So this bottom row of homes that you see right here is actually right here on this map. And so if that gives you a sense of size, Challenger owns this entire tract of land, and we're developing about this right here. So basically we came through, this was an old college campus, and we demoed these buildings here, and we renovated this building. It's actually going to be a community center.
Okay.
The community center is going to have a gym, let's talk about half basketball court, maybe a coffee juice bar. Yeah, how nice would it be to have a gym right there in your community that you have access to?
I mean, it makes my $2,000 rower I just bought obsolete, but that's good.
Which one did you get?
The Hydro.
Oh, nice.
Best Buy one. So
Are you liking it?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. I mean, there's some athletes that are very good at rowing that I get to watch and emulate, which is cool. I'll never be a professional rower, but by my God, they're incredible. They're good.
Nice. My wife's trying to talk me into a Nordic track right now, so maybe I'll have to check that one out.
we looked at that one too, and that was we like that one. Both of them have like a membership subscription type thing, and ultimately for us, the Hydro, we spent a little bit more money on it, but it's built and developed by professionals, by Olympians, that row.
Wow.
So it was kind of that like peace of mind type of deal. So it was good. We
Yeah,
like.
that's cool. Yeah, that is way cool. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
So all the ones that you see, and just to give you like a preference, we have anything this direction over here, that's going to be our single family product. Okay. And we release about 5 lots every 2 weeks per sale. And they usually, all 5 of them usually sell within about 48 hours. So us having this conversation now is actually really good timing because they just released 5 more lots today, which, may give us some opportunity there or a little bit down. But on that note, when are you looking to make this move? I know you said you're kind of planning and wanted to start the process. When are we trying to be in the home by?
I don't know, Sis, what were we talking about, man? As far as timeline, it just kind of depends, if we can find the right space and kind of plan the sale of my home around that.
Yeah,
So-
the sale of his home in Fountain is not going to be a problem in the price point that we're going to be. It will sell quickly. So really it's a matter of convenience. They prefer to not be moving when the weather's bad. The summertime or early fall would be their preference.
Nice. Summer or fall. Yeah, that makes good sense. Okay. Okay. And so what we're seeing right now on that, let's say that we were to contract on one of these new releases, we're going to see those be closing sometime early to midsummer. And then some of our later filings will see closings as late as the end of the year, maybe November or so. So it sounds like you maybe want to stay more towards the June, July, August, September timeframe when it's a little bit warmer, not deal with the snow of October, November. Is that correct?
Yeah, that would be preferential. I mean, I'm sure we could make that timeline work. Again, it's nice because we have flexibility. We don't have to make a move. We're making a move if we find what we're looking for.
Okay.
As well.
Okay, great. So yeah, so community-wise, we're gonna have a nice community center right there. There's gonna be, this whole community is going to be in a metro district. So that means you don't have any HOA fees. It's actually going to be built into your property taxes. There may be a small monthly fee for the community center if you want to opt into that, which would be between $35 and $50. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about, being slammed with a bunch of other monthly fees or anything like that in our community. Okay. So close to a golf course, community center right there. There's a police station across the street. Community wide, does everything sound like it might be something that would work for your family so far?
Yeah, I mean, so far I think we could definitely make a space or a location like this, kind of what you're saying work.
Okay. Okay. Tell me, I know you mentioned that you wanted something at least 3-bedroom, got to have a 2-car garage. What about your current space that you're living in? Do you like and maybe want to keep? And then maybe what are some things that you're like, I definitely don't want this and I definitely want to have something else?
We have a yard, so that's big. I mean, we bought the house before we had a kid, or we're having a kid, so. Being 2 bedrooms, it's not really going to work. So there's not a lot that we want to carry over.
Okay.
So they're using their second bedroom now for like an office space. And so they need a bedroom for the kid and an office area is really
Nice.
the driving factor there.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear that. So it sounds like an office.
And we like
Okay.
the concept too. That's real big. We've seen, all sorts of HG. My wife's obsessed with HGTV, and I'm looking for something that I don't walk into with 100 DIY projects. So I'm trying to knock out walls, and that's why, with the new build route, hopefully there's an opportunity for something that has like an open style.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything that we're missing when we're, things that's important? I have open concept, at least 3-bedroom, maybe even an office space of some kind would be preferential. 2-car garage and an open concept. I just want to make sure as we move forward that we're kind of, checking the boxes that are right for your family.
Is
Well,
you
some of the things that David, Laura, and I talked about when I met with them were they live in an older home now. It was built in the 60s. So they're looking for more kind of the modern touches, like nicer countertops and cabinets and just to kind of be in a nicer, newer, more modern feel.
Okay. What's been your experience so far as you've been looking at different homes?
the resale market is awful, and Colorado Springs sucks. So
Hey, unless you're listing,
yeah,
that'd be nice for your home, right?
we're setting our children up to have a college fund, and that's awesome with our equity. But man, oh man, it's the resale markets. There's nothing out there that has checked even 2 of our boxes, let alone 5 of them.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And even, I mean, Dwayne's a talented realtor. And even with a talented realtor, that can be really, really tough in this market. So I think it's smart to be looking new. Plus, then you don't have to worry about tearing down walls. Like you said, you can just find the space that works. It's going to be under warranty. There's a lot of plus sides to going the new build route. And it's predictable closing wise, right?
Yeah.
Where you're doing expecting a little one. It's nice to be able to know exactly when you're going to be able to get into a space there.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay. Now, David, I know that you and Laura are probably making this decision together, but as far as our meeting today, just so I know, is there anything that she's going to want to be like, I got to check this off before we move forward with any kind of decision, just so we're aware moving forward?
Yeah. So I'm the pony boy. He wears the pants and controls the zipper, if you know what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
She's definitely being a loan officer. She's dialed into the numbers and the budget and everything there. So she's the one, DJ's kind of, willing and they're able to spend more, but DJ's kind of willing to do that, but she's driving that purchase price lower to stick in that kind of 330 range.
Okay. All right. So we're going to make sure that we get her involved here. So it sounds like maybe the best path forward, and you can kind of correct me. There's 2 floor plans that come to mind that I think are going to work really well for you and your family. And as we look at them, you can maybe tell me if I'm right or wrong there. So maybe today, what we'll do at the rest of our time is we'll take a look at those floor plans and where those floor plans could maybe fit in our community. And if you like it moving forward, which I think that you will, with all the stuff that you said, it seems perfect. Then maybe we'll reschedule a time to bring Laura out, and we could do a Zoom walkthrough, or you could meet me at the community, and we can get a sign off on her end there. But I think maybe today we'll kind of nail down the price point of these different floor plans and nail down a floor plan that maybe you would sign off on. And then we'll take it to the boss if it's anything like my relationship with my wife and get that final check mark.
That is wise. We'll go that route. happy life, brother.
Exactly. That is a great mantra to live by here. Okay, bear with me one second. I'm going to show you these floor plans here that I think may work. So I'm going to show you one first. Dun, dun. And if you give me just a moment, let it load here. Technology sometimes. Okay. All right. So can you see my screen here?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be our Elbert floor plan. This is our largest floor plan. Now, space-wise and what you described, I think this may be one of the very best fits that we have. I have another one as well. The only concern that I might have this year is we're seeing this finish anywhere from like a 3/3, like including lot premium and options when I tell you these prices, So finished price of somewhere in the 340 to 365 range. Now I know you said Laura's kind of trying to push us a little bit lower, maybe towards the 330s. And that's okay. I'm just giving you a heads up. That might be the weakness of this plan. But let me show you here. So first I'm going to give you a quick black line walkthrough just to give you a spatial idea. And then I want to show you maybe a 3D walkthrough so we can get a real feel for the space. So there's going to be a 3-level construction as we go in here. You're going to have a nice 2-car garage on that walk-in level there. I know you said that was important to you. Are you bringing 2 vehicles, or how do you imagine using the space?
Yeah, we I have a truck, which right off the bat, looking at that, my truck's 19 foot 4 to the back of my truck. So that
Okay.
it might sound stupid. Is that 19 feet wide or 19 feet deep?
This is 19 feet wide
Okay.
and 20 feet deep.
Okay.
So it sounds like if your truck is under 20 feet, that it should fit in there. Assuming that it's not,
Rug.
assuming it's like not 7'10". How big's your truck? How tall is it?
6'10", I think.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like it's gonna be close, but it seems like something we might be able to make work. And then a little added benefit is you have this little cutout area that you could actually, put a workbench in, have some space for the tools, or maybe some extra storage there on top of the garage space.
Do you guys include trash and recycling?
So yes, that's going to be included in your metro district, actually. So it's going to be, well, partially in that. Trash and recycling is actually going to be included in that $30 to $50 monthly fee. That includes the community center as well. And then the rest of the community maintenance is built into the metro district there, the property taxes. That answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So
so
it says storage there. So is there storage area?
yeah, so this is going to be under the stairs. There's going to be some extra storage there. Do you have a lot of storage needs like in your current home that you're going to need to transfer over to this one?
I mean, we live in a 2-bed right now, so I mean, anything upgrading from that should give us more space and storage than what we have now.
Sure.
So yeah, we will absolutely utilize that. That's good to know that there's a space like that dedicated.
Okay. And then also on the bottom floor here is this flex space. I'm actually going to come back to that, but I want you to remember because I think it's going to be really, really important to what you and your family are looking for. So I want to move to this main level here, what I like to call the entertaining level, if you will. So if you look right here, you have that nice wide open concept that you were talking about.
Mhm.
You have a nice big kitchen with a bunch of counter space on the island coming out here, which opens up into the family space. So just briefly, really quick, looking at this spatially, does that kind of check the box, like what you were thinking when you said open concept, where everything's kind of in one room there?
Yeah, it seems like it would work.
Is the laundry off the kitchen? Is that weird? I don't think I've ever seen that in
It's
my,
Level is the bedroom, so that'll be an adjustment.
Is that, yeah. Yeah, so the laundry has its own dedicated space with a door here. It is located kind of off the kitchen, right as you come up the stairs rather. But yeah, has its own room there and some storage shelves in there that, could double as even pantry space, extra pantry space if you needed.
Hey,
is
Michael.
that odd that it's right off the kitchen, or is it just me?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird that it's
Yeah.
off the kitchen. Tell me, like,
It seems a
Have you
little odd, like you're drying clothes and, lint and stuff,
I feel like I'm gonna be
in the
eating
air.
laundry detergent smell with my food. I'm baking lasagna, laundry detergent lasagna.
oh gosh. That's a good question. I mean, I haven't had that complaint yet. Maybe when we look at the 3D model, you might kind of get a feel for, how it actually feels spatially. But what is it about that that's kind of causing you? Is it just the fresh, clean laundry smell that would be in your house, or what is it that's really kind of
I mean,
thinking that's weird?
a space where we'll spend the most amount of time will smell the best, right?
Right.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, we can address that as we move forward, but it has a door. It's its own dedicated space, and so the odors, I mean, I say odor, the good smell, could be contained or not contained there. But that's kind of at your discretion. At least you have a way to kind of tuck it away to the side there.
Michael, looking at this, I'm assuming that like the one to the right is gonna be like the upstairs, and I see the closets right there. Can I just do like a laundry chute so that way I don't have to carry laundry down the steps?
So that's very observant of you, actually. That's awesome. We do not include that option, but that's absolutely something you could look at doing after we close there. I've actually talked about that with some of the other sales associates and with Challenger Homes. Like that would be a nice option if you could just kind of dump that through the closet there.
At least saves
Um,
one trip with a laundry basket.
right. Yeah, exactly. No, that's good. So yeah, like you noticed, the 3 bedrooms are going to be up here. Your master, you have a nice walk-in closet and a dedicated master bathroom there with a walk-in shower. And then you have your 2 other bedrooms that would maybe share this bathroom here and a little bit of a loft space. I see you smiling. What are you thinking?
Dwayne might know exactly what I'm saying. Do you have an observation of the master bath that could be an issue for Laura?
No tub.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just provide a nice big walk-in shower here.
Do you
it
offer a
sounds like-
tub option?
We do not have a tub option in this floor plan. And it sounds like maybe previously that might be something that's important to Laura. Tell me a little bit more about that. Is that something that she has now?
Yeah, we have a basically a stand-up or a shower tub combo in one.
Sure. Okay. Well, one of the great things is that just around the corner in this second bathroom, you actually have, what you have now, which is going to be a tub shower combo. And then on top of that, you'll have a nice walk-in shower here. So maybe how often does she take a bath?
At least twice, 2 times a week.
Right. So maybe on those days,
Yeah.
she could, sneak into this bathroom here,
Mhm.
being where it's just you two and all the bedrooms are kind of on their own level, which is really nice, creates a lot of privacy. Do you think that may be something that would work for her?
I would think so. I mean, that's basically what we have now, and she's been happy with that. And again, with our budget and where we're trying to be price wise, we're not going to get all the glitz and glam. So, I mean, I think that's a fair compromise. We have a tub. Here's your tub.
Sure.
So you think we could pass that one by her? Says you think she'd be good with that?
I mean, I know she was asking, or not asking, but wanting like a garden soaker tub type thing. But if she's happy with doing that right now, if she likes what you guys have now, this will be exactly the same.
Okay.
Right. And you're exactly right, David, in this price point to be able to get, a nice walk-in shower and still maintain the tub. How long are you guys planning on living here?
Quite honestly, it's probably going to be 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
Again, we're going to roll over some good equity, and not having a down payment will be nice as well. But we plan on, maybe using some of that equity to get some of the things we want, and then be able to put the rest away for our kids' college funds. So
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, so thinking of it as like a 3 to 5 year investment then, and then moving on to maybe that glitz and glam that you were talking about and being able to add a soaker tub there. So it sounds like this may work for the time frame we're talking about then. Yeah.
yeah, I would.
Okay. Okay, I want to pop over to the actual 3D model here, so you can get an idea of how the space feels. Overall, when we look at this floor plan, oh, and I didn't even go back here. Back on this main level, this is a flex room, and we have 2 options for this. You can make this a 4th bedroom where we add a door and a closet, or you can use this as that office space that you said was important to you, if we could make it work. This actually has a dedicated office space that's on its own level and, maybe free from distractions there. How nice would it be to have that big of an office to do all the work that you need to do?
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
What's,
Okay.
if you mind me asking, can you go back in? What's the difference in size between that flex room. And of course, you know, if we're using it as an office, we'd want to be able to close the door behind us. What's the difference in size between the secondary and that flex room?
So the flex room and one of these.
Yeah.
So these are 10'2" by just over 10.5. And this is gonna be 14'5" by 11'6".
But with the door to be able to make that, you know,
Right.
it off, it'd be-
So the door, you're not actually gonna lose any square footage there. The door is gonna go pretty much right here. They'll build a wall across. But they do add a closet. So some of that will be closet space, but if you think a typical closet is about 5 foot by 2 foot with the sliding doors or the pull out doors, you know, you're losing 10 square feet there. And so,
So it'd be the dimensions down there on the left then?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
So
you see the closet comes here,
a little bit bigger. Okay.
door goes here. Yeah. Still bigger than the bedrooms. Definitely big enough to put a large desk or, you know, whatever that you want to fit in there. Or if you wanted to make it a bedroom or a guest room, you could also fit a bed in there very easily.
Okay.
All good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me open this here so we can see this. Boom. Okay. So I'm going to full screen this so we can get a little bit better view. Okay. So I think you're going to love this open space that you're about to see here. So this is going to be that second level, that entertaining level. And you can see how it's a nice wide open concept with a bunch of counter space there, you know, and then the dining kind of tucked away in the kitchen there. So tell me how this compares to what you would be envisioning in an open concept.
Yeah, it's definitely a good concept.
Okay. You seem like you're kind of thinking about something. What are your thoughts on this level? Does it seem like... So one of the things that's great about this is that you could still be, you know, do you do most of cooking or is Laura?
Laura's the cook for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, imagine her being in the kitchen, you know, slaving away, doing her, you know, making some delicious tacos or something, if, you know, she likes what I like. But making her tacos, and you could be in the living room or the family room here, maybe watching the game or the PGA Tour, if you will. How nice would it be to still kind of feel like you're in the same space, but yet still have a dedicated, you know, kind of sectioned off there so the mess from the kitchen isn't, you know, pouring into something else per se. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, that would be nice. I think it definitely checks the box for the open concept, and you know, we have a good amount of countertop space and room to work with in the kitchen, and yeah, it could definitely work for us.
Right. And one of the things that I love about this setup where the dining's kind of tucked back there, how convenient it is it to just take 3 steps from the table or 5 steps and, you know, bring it right to the sink when you're done with all your food. It's nice and fast and easy to contain there.
Looks like a tiny little table. Is there enough room for a decent sized table?
Yeah. So what size table do you have? Are you going to be bringing that with you?
Yeah, we have a 6-foot table.
Okay. The table in here is actually just right about 5 feet. I think it's just shy of 5 feet. So maybe if you add another foot or so onto here.
Even with that laundry room, how big is that laundry room?
Yeah, good
Doesn't
question.
it look about that same size, Dwayne?
What's that?
That table looks like it's about the same size as the laundry room, at least in width. So that could give us a good reference.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see what you're
let's do
saying.
this. This will give us a really good size reference here. So we can actually go ahead and just measure this. So as you can see, that's 4'9".
About 5 feet. Okay.
Yeah. So where you have a 6-foot table, maybe that's going to come out, you know, to about here. Still plenty of room for walkway. Add a couple extra chairs there. Wouldn't you
So
agree?
how far would it be to the peninsula there if you had a 6-foot table?
Yeah, great question. Let's see. So if we pull this out to 6 feet, 5'3", beep, beep, beep. There's 6'1", 6'2", okay, right about there. So if we go from there to the peninsula, you still have almost 5 feet, 4.5 feet there.
Oh, so that's plenty of room.
Yeah, typical walkway's 36 inches, right, to code. So you're well above that.
So you could even put a chair on the end of that if you wanted.
Yeah. Not a
You know,
fan.
if you
No
had,
chair on the end.
Yeah.
if you had guests over, you could pull a chair out of the closet or whatever and throw it there for Christmas dinner or whatever.
For sure. And then this is going to be that laundry space that we talked about, which is quite a bit bigger than the table there. Definitely enough room for, the washer dryer. If we sneak back into this 3D view, might give us a little bit better feel maybe. Woo, backing up.
It'd be nice to have an actual laundry room and not like a laundry closet.
Is that what you have now? Is one of the closets just kind of
Yeah,
closed
like
on?
shutter door and they're stuffed in there.
Right. Yeah. Oh, okay. We're moving. Sorry, sometimes this thing can be a little finicky here. Yeah, how nice would it be to be able to, stuff all your stuff in there, close the door, keep it separate from everything else rather than, having to haul it away right away necessarily. Yeah, won't that be just super convenient compared to now?
That would be very convenient.
All right, I want to head upstairs really quick and show you the bedrooms, and then we'll go all the way to the bottom. I'll show you that office space that I think will work great for you. We're going on a journey. This is like controlling a video game here. All right. So off to the left here, this is going to be our spare bedroom. So maybe one of these, which is conveniently decorated for your purposes. Check that out.
Yeah, exactly what we'll be setting it up as.
Yeah. Do you guys have a crib and stuff already?
Oh yeah, we are fully nested. We have 30 days out, so
Nice. So how does Laura, I mean, I'm sure that she's been talking about this. How do you think she would arrange the furniture in the baby's room? Would she do it kind of like this?
I mean, that's almost exactly how we have it set up in our office room now. The office has kind of been pushed to the wayside. We basically work from the table right now.
Yeah.
But perfect.
Yeah. And one of the things that I think is really great about the proximity to this, if you think of, this is maybe the baby's room, and then this room over here is going to be the master. How nice would it be to just be so close if the baby starts crying at night or if mama needs to get up and feed? It's just a couple steps across the hallway, and you can always have that peace of mind, if you will, that you can hear the baby and that you're going to be able to protect them.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then this is going to be that third bedroom and then the back here. So I know you said, the tub was important. Is this similar to what you have now?
Yeah, that almost looks like the exact same.
Okay.
We have tile in ours though, so it's
Okay.
like same.
Yeah. And you have the option to do tile should you want to do that. I know you said that, you might use some of that equity for some of the glitz and glam, the little things. There is an option there if you wanted to add tile there.
Okay.
Nice. So let's move to the master real quick before we head back downstairs. Tell me about, are you bringing all your furniture with you, or in this new move, are you going to be getting all new stuff?
Yeah, we're gonna move all of our stuff from the old house, trying to make it we basically, again, we're trying to keep that equity in the pocket for the kids for the future. So we're gonna try to use as much as we can from the old house.
Nice. Okay. What size bed do you have then?
King size.
Okay. So for reference, this is actually king size as well.
Nice.
So, you have full nightstands on both sides with still some extra room. Plenty of room here. How does this compare to the space you have now? I know you said you have a 2-bedroom. How does it compare?
That's it's big.
Good.
It's a big house.
Nice. And then this is going to be that master bath area. See if we can scoot in here just a little further. You have the option to do a second sink and a double vanity. And then you have the walk-in shower like we talked about, a nice big walk-in closet, and the toilet's going to be off to our left here. All that seem okay?
Yeah, that all works.
Okay. So we've looked at the entertaining level and the level with all the, the top level with the bedrooms here. How are we feeling so far?
Yeah, it all looks great. Where did you say this was going to price out at?
Yeah, good question. So this model we've seen fall anywhere between about 342 to about 362. So depending on, a couple different things, lots and options. And like I said in the beginning, this I think is going to fit maybe all of the boxes and needs here, but maybe you have to stretch the price range just a little bit. And so there's, a lot of times when we're considering 3 to 5 years, right? Because we want to keep that in mind. I know we said that we want to stay within a specific price point, and Laura is kind of maybe driving that. We want to consider what is it going to be worth it to put our money in a little bit more to get some of the spaces and things that we want, knowing that we can pull that back out in equity later, or do we want to keep, that price maybe, even a little bit lower and keep some of that money in our pocket? So just something to think about there.
Yeah, for sure.
A nice open concept. We're going to head right down the stairs here.
Thank God I don't get motion sick.
Yeah, sorry about that. There's blessings and curses to virtual stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is that flex space.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, that has a dresser and a full desk in it. You could probably even fit 2 desks in here, if you and Laura wanted to have separate desks. So if we come to this side here, let me see if it'll let me go over here. Give us a little bit different perspective. So I know you said you wanted to add a door. You'd think you want to be able to close that space. So that door would be right here, right about this threshold you see. Mm-hmm. And the closet would be right here. Oh, excuse me. The closet would be right here. My fault.
Okay. Yeah, this
so kind of go wall to wall there. Maybe
really
come a couple feet out.
And I really like it, but I'm really worried about the budget. That's out of all of the things that we're talking about, the budget's probably the most important thing. Again, we want to make sure we're setting ourselves up for success, and we can afford to live and not be house poor, while also keeping as much of that equity that we have from our sale as possible. So I'm a little bit nervous here in that this will definitely price out above our target budget. And that's kind of a deterrent for me right now, if I'm being quite frank.
Okay.
70. I mean, you know how Laura is. She's the boss. So
right. So you say target budget. Are you referring to that 330 number?
335. That was kind of like our max is 365 with our qualification, but 335 is absolutely like our sweet spot. That's where we want to be.
Okay, awesome. Help me understand what about that number is driving that. Is it a payment amount? Is that similar to the payment you pay now?
Yeah, so I get VA disability. So we're trying to keep our payment under the disability, that our disability to cover our mortgage payment. So
okay.
I know, for some people it might not seem like a big deal to go up an extra 20,000, but for us, that pushes us outside of our means and our comfortability.
Yeah. No, I get that. Do you mind me asking what that number is?
It's right around 1,800.
Okay. So we're trying to stay under that $1,800 mark. Okay. And I think that's really wise. I definitely don't want to put anybody in a space. It's not worth being in the space you want to be in if you're stressed all the time about the money, right? I will tell you that with this floor plan, because it seems like it's got the big office space, it's got the 3 bedrooms, the open concept that we talked about, the dedicated laundry room, which now you just have a closet, but it's got its own separate room. And it's really convenient and centrally located there. I will tell you that with this finishing out, I've seen people's payments land anywhere from about 1,700 to about 1,900 for this floor plan. And so being where you're trying to stay under that 1,800 number, it sounds to me like we could look into it and price it out and see where we might actually fall. But it sounds like you may be able to stay within that number for this specific floor plan.
So Michael, you said that they price out anywhere from the 340s to the 360s, you said?
Yeah.
So, looking at that second entertainment level that you called it, I mean, it had nice granite, nice cabinets. Those things are important to the two of these guys to have that kind of kitchen feel. If you put that granite in those cabinets and, some nice flooring in there, what would they price out at?
Yeah, great question. So let's get some reference here. Ooh, hello. So if we look at this floor plan, so if you can see here, this is going to be our starting price. The numbers that I was giving you were like finished prices, including our lot premiums, including some of those options already included. So it sounded like granite was important to you. Maybe some, cabinets similar to the ones that you saw. Dwayne, in your conversations with them, was there anything else that was important that they were like, gotta have?
They don't want like a ton of carpet, right? DJ, I can't remember, do you have 2 or 3 dogs?
2.
So, I mean, they want like hard surface flooring.
Okay.
So, instead of carpet, and I noticed that picture when you were doing that earlier had some sort of hard surface in it. So I think, something similar to that. I'm sure that they can make some compromises here and there, but the 3 basic things would be, like those nice white cabinets. They don't have to be white, but nice cabinets like that, and granite in the kitchen, and then that hard surface flooring on that main level where they're going to spend most of their time, so the carpet doesn't get all messed up by the dogs and everything else.
Yeah. Let's look at that really quick. Before we do that for this specific model, you talked about that $1,800 and how it's really important to, have your disability cover that entire payment, knowing that you might be able to do that within that this floor plan, and that's completely feasible. Is this a floor plan that you're still interested in as far as meeting your family's needs?
Yeah, I mean, it's checking the boxes, everything except the price point.
Okay.
We're very, very price driven.
That $1,800 mark, right? Okay. So,
did you mention you had another floor plan?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So Dwayne, to answer your question in short, like to summarize those things, if you wanted to do a hard surface countertop, it comes standard with a Formica. To do the stone is going to be $3,100 in this model. And the extending the hard surface flooring, like you saw, is going to be $1,700. And then with a couple other options, I'd imagine, like if I were to summarize what I think I'm hearing correctly, you're going to be less than $10,000 in total upgrades. And that would be, or really close to 10. And that would be including adding the AC unit and the things that you mentioned there.
And do you have lots with 0 lot premiums?
Great question. So as I mentioned before, we release about 5 lots every 2 weeks, and all of them sell within about 48 hours. So just because of the nature of the price point and the demand that we have for this product, we don't have any 0 lot premiums, but we see our lot premiums range from about $4,000 to about $12,000, depending on the lot and the location there.
So that's going to put you, DJ, somewhere right in the mid 340s with a lot premium and those kind of upgrades. So I mean, we can back into a payment there. I feel like you're still stretching as far as, I mean, I know that you're worried about what Laura's going to be saying. So you're at the very top of your budget with this one.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay.
When we started this, that was like the one thing that, again, we have a new one on the way. We don't know what expenses we're looking at with the new baby. My family's my highest priority, and I don't want to be in a position where I have, God forbid, medical device sales changes or what have you, like that. It doesn't feel good for my family to be in that position. So, again, I'm not going to rule it out yet, but uh,
Yeah, I hear you.
it doesn't feel good right now. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear you. Yeah, you're exactly right. So let's look at this other one. I think this one is also going to be a phenomenal option. I just wanted to show you that one because it maybe had the little bit extra of office space, but this one also has a space that I think might work really well. So this is our newest floor plan. It's called the Crestone. We're going to have a much lower starting point here.
Yeah,
So
pretty significant. That
yeah,
feels
so if we can consider we're starting all the way down at 310, say we got about $12,000 in options, and to get some of those nicer stuff, and then $4,000 to $10,000 for a lot premium, that's going to put us right at that 330, 335 range, which sounds like it might be more the sweet spot for what we're looking for.
Yeah, that sounds better.
And we're still maintaining 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. It's actually 2.5 bathroom. You keep your 2-car garage, which was important.
Okay.
Right? And we're getting still 1,727 square feet there.
Okay.
So just because of the nature of how new this floor plan is, we don't yet have a 3D walkthrough that I can show you. But if you can kind of picture some of those finishes that we saw in the other one and
Yeah.
put it on these black lines that we'll look at here, that may give us our best chance here.
Okay. Do you guys have any of these that are being built that, maybe we could walk through or something like that? Or how does that work?
Yeah, great question. So we actually just have our first one that's in finishes now. So it has all the flooring, the carpet, and all that kind of stuff in that we could walk through. And like I was saying before, we could even bring Laura out, you and Laura, and get Dwayne out here and we can walk through it. Part of buying a home, I know virtual is great, but being able to feel the space, and make sure that it's going to be that right fit for your family and the stage that you're in. That's definitely something we want to do.
Okay. Cool. That's good to know.
So I'm bringing up this Crestone here. See what we can do. Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
That has, is that a front door?
Yeah.
It didn't have a front door, did it?
No, so the other one was a side access. That's one of the benefits of this plan is it's actually on the front of the home here.
I know Laura would really appreciate that. She always likes to have like the flower pots and that pretty entrance and kids being able to come to the door to trick or treat and have it all decorated. So
nice. Yeah, that HGTV, right?
yeah, exactly.
Represent.
Where I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think our wives might get along. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, similar to the one that we saw before, you still get that 2-car garage. Okay, this one's going to be 19 foot 6 inches deep, so it's going to be really close on the truck, but I think we'll still have room there. And there's some systems we can put in place to make sure that you can not slam into the wall when you're parking it. But I'm sure you're used to that in driving a truck.
Yeah, and I'll tell you too, for me and my truck, not a big deal. That other garage almost fit, but the most important thing is my wife, and when it's winter out, she can pull into the garage, get the kid out without slipping and falling.
Right.
So that we can make that work for sure.
Okay, great. And then this bottom level here, another benefit is you actually get that covered porch with that front entry. So, when you do have guests coming up, if it's raining, you don't have to worry about them standing out in the rain while you're coming to the door or anything like that.
Okay.
Really nice added benefit there. And then just your mechanical room and kind of an entry foyer here, maybe for some shoes or things of the sort there.
I'm from the West, so that reminds me of like a mud room. We have that in Michigan. Yeah. That's
right,
cool.
exactly. And you said you had a couple dogs, right?
Huh?
Maybe some space for some kennels. I don't know if they sleep in a kennel or if they're sleeping on the edge of the bed or
They sleep.
or how that works.
They sleep with us.
But one of the things about this floor plan that the other one doesn't have is this has a true back door as well. So you get the front entry, back door. You can let the dogs out into the yard space. They can do their thing, or maybe the kiddo, as time passes, it's just some convenient access there. And I forgot to mention to you, actually, one of the great things that's really unique to this community is we actually include all of your front and rear landscaping and the fence. So you get a 5-foot privacy fence with that as well. So, when you're moving in, you don't have to worry, shoot, I'm going to have to budget another 10, 15 grand just to do the landscaping. How nice would it be to just have that all taken care of, when you move in?
It'd be such a relief. Again, they're saving our money. I like hearing that.
Right. You can imagine day one, you can walk out the back door with the family, landscaping's done, the fence is already built, the dogs can run around, you're not chasing them down the street. Yeah.
Maybe
Really
I'll-
nice. So, okay. So that space seems like it'll work for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Actually, I like that even a little bit more than the other one that, again, the dogs coming in, being able to wipe their feet off and have like a mud room. That's kind of what we're used to where we're from originally. So that's cool. I like that.
Perfect. Woo. Sorry about that. Let's bring this back here. Okay, this is going to be that, again, entertaining level, as I like to call it. All your entertaining right in one space. Still that nice open concept like you talked about. Now, I know you said you had the dogs. Dwayne mentioned that you wanted hard surface floors. As you see it here, this would typically be carpet, but we are going to have that option to extend that and do a laminate style flooring. That option is $1,750 for the whole floor. So not going to break the bank, but definitely a good choice as far as durability goes.
I like that.
Nice open kitchen here, still with some island seating. Your dining room's going to be tucked in the corner here.
6-foot table.
There you go. Look at that.
Table. Look at that. That's
There's
awesome.
still plenty of room to spare.
Hey, I'm not having to upgrade or change my table. Again, keeping that budget where I need it. I like it.
No, it sounds like this is going to be great. Still have a dedicated laundry space. I know you said that was nice, not have to have it be in a closet there. And then that powder to keep, maybe your guests don't have to go up and use your bathroom.
That's nice for sure. Pantry
Everything worked.
smaller on this one than that last one. Am I seeing that right?
It is barely smaller. But if you saw that last one, plenty of space there, and you'll feel the same way as you walk into this one when you come out and see it. Plenty of space for a washer and dryer. This line is signifying a shelf that's coming off the wall there. So if that can kind of give you an idea of what that might feel like spatially.
Okay.
And then this wall is a great TV wall, as well as this. I don't know if you do any entertaining in your family space there.
Not really. We're
A lot
introverted.
of different ways you can arrange it.
We interact with people all day long, so we really don't entertain much. So we like the open concept to be able to interact while Laura's cooking, if I'm watching football or what have you. But honestly, we don't have a ton of people.
Sure. Cool. And then the final level here. Okay, this is one thing that's also great about this floor plan. So you have your master bedroom, right? It's going to be very similar to the other one, a little bit smaller of a shower, but you still maintain the walk-in shower, a nice walk-in closet there, and you have the option to do a double vanity sink here, which is $1,100, which includes the sink and the cabinet. So again, nothing major there. But you're still maintaining that closeness if you wanted to do, the crib and the baby's room, maybe close by. I know you said that your family's really important to you. How nice would it be to have the peace of mind that, hey, the baby's a wall away.
Right.
Even when you have your own separate space, you can still hear
Does that
him.
mean the walls are paper thin, so I'll hear him, or?
No. I didn't say that. No, and that's what's great about Challenger that you'll find too as you experience it. We use 2x6 all exterior walls with upgraded insulation, and we're using all the nicest construction materials that are available as far as the build process goes in every price point that we build in.
Okay.
And so yeah, and then you're gonna have this third bed, well, it says second bedroom, but this other bedroom here, which you could use as your office space, being where it's just you two and then going to be the little one. Maybe we could dedicate this other bedroom, which is still 10 by 10, could easily fit a large desk in there. You still maintain a closet, and it's got a bright window to kind of let in that natural light.
Yeah.
Does that sound like something that may work for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, we need an office space, and granted, I like the thought of having that bonus room on that other floor plan, but to still have access for an office and be within our price point, this feels better. And I think that we could ultimately make this work.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything that I'm hearing you say seems like this is the one. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it checks the boxes. We have an open concept. We have a 2-car garage. We're within our price point. We have a fenced in yard. The only thing is, we don't necessarily have room. I wouldn't say we don't have room, but if we have another kid, then we might have to kind of see what we're working with. But two, if, we're looking at a 3 to 5 year window, we can double up the kids in a bunk bed or something in the bedroom and still make this work and check off the boxes. So
Yeah.
based
Yeah.
on
Bunk beds. Those are part of my favorite childhood memories, man.
Right, seriously. So, I think when we compare this to that other one you showed me, I think this one is closer to it for me than the other one was. And I think that, ultimately, I think Laura will kind of see that as well. I think she would agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely am liking this one quite a bit better.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like the Crestone is going to be the way to go. I totally agree with you. I think with the price point, that's going to be the smarter choice. And we're still going to be able to build that equity, maintain the spaces that we need, and maybe a little bit of growth room there. So 3 to 5 years down the road, we're going to have that equity to continue to put into, college fund and then that next house maybe that we're looking at there.
Yeah, for sure.
Dwayne, are we missing anything, brother? I know you've had several conversations here with David and Laura. Is there anything that we're missing?
No, I think budget wise, this one makes it much more comfortable for them. But I think we need to get the decision maker in on this and figure out which one she wants.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. So tell me what you think will be most valuable, David. Since we've landed on the Crestone, I think that's going to be the best for the price point for the spaces that we're looking to utilize here over these next 3 to 5 years and really be the right fit for you and the new baby coming in, which is so exciting. Would it be useful for me to show you some lots that we could put this plan on now? Or would it be better to only discuss that with Laura here? Or do you want to?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I think we've checked some of the boxes. I would like to see some lots, but I think with that, I think that's something. Dwayne, do you think that's something we should get Laura involved in? Kind of get her blessing on like the space first, and then look at the lots, or what do you think?
Oh, I think we should present the whole picture to her, right? Because that's kind of what our direction from her was. Hey, go figure it out. Give me a couple choices, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's check it out.
Nice. Okay. Give me just a second here. We'll pull this back up so we can see it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So we're going to look at our community. And like I said, we just had 5 lots released to us, and 2 of those, luckily, are actually going to be this Crestone model. One of them was going to be the Albert, and then another one, a different floor plan here. So the ones that we'll have available, and in this filing, this would put us closing right in that summer time frame. I know Dwayne said, you guys said that you weren't worried about, being able to sell the home. We can, in this market, we could probably do that pretty quickly. So I guess being able to optimize, we're doing it in the warm weather, do it in the right timing. We can do lot 66 is going to have the Crestone, and lot 69 is going to have the Crestone. So tell me what is important to you, or which one of these might seem like it would work better for you and your family, 66 or 69?
66.
Okay. Yeah, it's a great choice. Tell me why.
Actually, you know what? 69.
Okay. Sounds like maybe you like both. What kind of swayed you there?
69 looks like it's a little bit bigger.
It is, yeah. So for size reference, 69 is going to be 7,200 square feet, and 66 is going to be 5,500 square feet. So it is quite a bit bigger there. What else? Is it just the size that is interesting you?
What's the difference in the premiums on those?
Yeah, great question.
Great question.
So if you remember when we were talking about that finishing price around 300 to 335, right? We were building in about 10 grand for that lot premium. So 66 is actually one of our $6,000 options, and 69, because it's a little bit bigger, is 8,500. So still within that range that we talked about, but you're getting that bigger lot, more space, back into the open space here.
What's the depth, or I should say the width of the back of the lots there? So 69 narrows down. So for backyard space for the little one to go out and play, is it going to be smaller? I mean, you're gonna have a larger front yard, obviously, but are you gonna have a smaller backyard, or is it about the same?
So for this lot, it looks like, let me check here. So the lots range typically in length. I don't have the specific one for this lot, but they range from about 130 to 160 feet deep. And it does kind of narrow a little bit there. And when you come out and we check out the model, we'll stake it out and kind of, feel the space out. But if you consider the setback from the front of the lot is about 25 feet of that. And then the home itself on this model is going to be 33 feet deep. So, we have a total of, 55 feet or so, 60 feet, depending on where the actual lot home falls. But I'm just kind of telling you typically here, which is going to leave, when you consider the rock, grass, that total yard, and setbacks, I'd imagine you probably have a yard space that's maybe 40 feet long and, somewhere in the nature of 30 feet wide.
Okay.
Does that sound like it would be big enough for the dogs that you have and the kiddo as he grows?
That should be good.
So it'll be kind of maybe a little more long rather than wide, maybe a little bit different than traditional. But as far as this community goes, 69 is definitely going to have one of the biggest yards in the community.
Sweet.
I think that's a great choice. So David, Crestone sounds like it's going to check the boxes. We're maintaining the 2-car garage. We have the 3 bedrooms that one we can use as an office space. We're upgrading our overall space as a whole, and we're maintaining that open concept. I mean, most importantly, it's going to be within that price range, and it's brand new. We're not messing with the resale stuff. You're getting your warranties. You're not going to have to worry about any of that. And so, like we talked about, the next step would really to bring Laura out and let's walk the floor plan and make sure. But assuming that checks out, what we would do from there is we would actually make sure that we can take this home off the market. And so, like I told you before, they go pretty quick just because of the demand for the product that we have. And I definitely don't want to rush anybody into this kind of decision. But what I'd recommend is let's maybe meet tomorrow. Do you have time tomorrow to come out?
I'd have to look at my schedule. I don't know what Laura's schedule looks like tomorrow.
Okay.
I'd have to get with her.
Okay. So maybe you can reconnect with me in the evening and we can set an exact time. Would that work for you?
Yeah, that should work. I think this weekend should probably work for us.
Okay. Yeah, we could do this weekend if that works for you. And then, we'll have you come out, walk the floor plan. We could stake out, where the home exactly would be on 69 so you can get a real feel for the actual size that the yard is going to be, and we can answer all your questions there. But then assuming that, I'd just have you bring your checkbook and you can, the only thing that we require to lock in your price and to reserve your yard there would be a 1% earnest money deposit. So we could do that then as well.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So have I answered all your questions today?
Yeah, you've been pretty thorough, giving us a good outline of what we're working with.
Okay. And David, does everything make sense for you?
Yep, it sure does. So basically, today's Tuesday. We come back on Saturday. If we like it, good. If she signs off the floor plan and like that lot, then we're good to go.
Yep. Yeah, that's the basis of it there. And I know you said this weekend will probably work. If you can do it sooner, that's what I would recommend, just because I would hate for you to lose, this lot here. We do have other lots coming, but I think that one may be, it's one of the biggest in the community. And I know that yard space was important to you and timing wise. But yeah, let's reconnect maybe tonight after you talk to Laura, and we can sure up a time there this weekend or earlier.
Okay, that works for me.
Cool. Well, hey, thanks for your time, guys. Dwayne, thanks for being on here and helping out. And we'll definitely be in touch and moving forward. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, man.